I'm David G, Sheshnag.com. What on earth is Kundalini? Sometimes I wonder why we even talk, and then I fully appreciate why we evolve into these aliens that have no mouth and big cerebellum where they transmit thoughts. I'll tell you a story about the other day. I met a lady who was born in India. This is about validation, invalidation, how you go off on a tangent. You have an immediate memory recall that you're unconscious of, put that into the equation, and then you end up down some path where you weren't even going and you don't even get to the answer. But I started talking to her about Sanskrit and the business that I'm into as far as representing Sanskrit, Sheshnag, Kundalini, Shiva and Shakti, Tantra, everything to do with the magic of the Devanagari language. She grew up in the south of India, where they speak something like Telugu, Urdu or Tamil, doesn't really matter, where the caste system in India has actually kept the sacred of Sanskrit hidden, and only the Brahmins have been privy to it. So in her life, she's grown in opposition to Sanskrit because it's seen as elitism, bit like the churches in the Western culture where you can only be in touch with God if you go to a priest. It's like elitism. It's all bollocks, mate. You can be in touch with God no matter what. The people that I've experienced that have been the most in touch with God are homeless people that don't have anything. So as far as the caste system goes, you want to be hoping you're born at the bottom of the caste, because the people that have all the cash and all the education, all the silver and all the shit, they're not really in touch with God, they're in touch with money. Anyway, this story went on. I'm saying, yeah, this is why I'm into Sanskrit. I've been researching the experience of spiritual illumination, brought me to Kundalini. I've been researching Kundalini. Now I talk about the Sanskrit alphabet because the Sanskrit alphabet's more malleable. Kundalini gets taken out of context. People fart during sex and think they fucking realise and their Kundalini's awakened. God help us with that one, but it doesn't matter. So I was talking to her about that, and we were going along fine until I said that Sanskrit is the key within the linga sharira and the subtle body that vibrates at a frequency and wavelength that connects you to everything that there is and the universal aspect of yourself. That was where she became invalidated. That's where the invalidation normally follows with a just or a but. So she went on to say that she doesn't believe that Sanskrit is the sacred Devanagari. She's totally opposed to it because the Brahmins have had the secret knowledge holding it and not allowing everyone to have it. And plus she grew up in a culture where she's speaking a different language. We went right off topic because she asked me a specific question halfway through the answer. Shoo! She gets invalidated, defensive in her invalidation, needs to express her truth in relation to her understanding of her, what she feels is close to her, and she wants a sense of self-belonging through me representing a reflection of it. I personally just stood back in amazement going, oh, listening to her bombard me and go off. It was cool. It was an awesome experience for me. At the end of it, I explained the concept of validation, which of course, I don't know if she got. But the point is, she asked a question, I was explaining the answer, we were going down one river to get to the destination of the answer. All of a sudden she gets invalidated, we diverge into some tangent, go off into some little creek, we never get to the ocean because we end up the creek, and I'm sitting there going, mate, this isn't even related to the answer, but she felt better because she needed to justify her truths when she got invalidated. She didn't feel too much better when I didn't validate her and I said, okay, well that's your interpretation, my truth is Sanskrit and I'll be sticking to Sanskrit. I don't really mind. You can have your invalidation, you can have your embellishment of some other frequencies and wavelengths that you think are in the linga sharira, but the whole science of yoga is spoken in Sanskrit. Why? Same reason all the mantras are chanted in Sanskrit. Because Sanskrit is the fucking vibration and frequency and wavelength that is in the subtle body. I'm only talking anatomically. I'm talking physiologically. That's it. Scientifically. That's it. Why is it the original language? Because it comes from Atlantis. It's making a comeback. Share the world, share the sacred. Om Namah Shivaya. Month of Shiva. Hara Hara Mahadev. Om Namah Shivaya. Peace.